Hello everybody. I'm doing something a little bit different for this video. So this time around, I'm just kind of free talking. I'm not talking off of a script or anything. I just wrote down a little, bit of points about comparing the endless zones between Plants vs. Zombies Vanilla and Reflourished. So that is what I'll be doing. So currently, this is the vanilla version of Endless Zone. And I'm just gonna skip ahead a little. So basically, the cool thing about the vanilla version in its Endless Zone is that this is a pretty recent development as well. It wasn't always like this, but recently they made it so that when you exit a level in Endless Zone, it doesn't save. Now, normally that would probably sound like really annoying. Like, what? It doesn't save? That's BS. But it turns out it's actually really cool because it almost adds like a sandbox element to Endless Zone in the sense that you can really do whatever you want and experiment to your heart's content without worrying about losing your streak. So that's what's really cool about Vanilla's Endless Zone now. Whereas in Reflourished, it's got the old system to where once you start a level, you're locked in and there's no way of escaping. If something goes wrong, you just lose your streak. Oh, excuse me. I hate gas. Yeah, that's the way it is for Vanilla. And just as an example, let's take a look-see about the worst case scenario in Vanilla Endless Zone, just to see what happens. I'll do a little commentary for this one. So basically, let's just say I choose a bunch of goofy, crappy plants. Like, I'm starting off with puff shrooms, because I'm like, oh, I can get rid of the gravestones and they're cheap and they kill the first zombies. Well, not here, pal. Their projectiles will be blocked by the gravestones and they won't be able to hit the zombies. And sure, I brung ailment, which is really cool because it boosts the puff shrooms and it destroys more gravestones, but it's not necessarily gonna, keep things going. The zombies are still gonna push through. And it won't be enough stalling time for the actual, more expensive plants I brought to do their damage. They're just not that powerful enough for Endless Zone, but instead of just sitting here and being miserable, like, oh, I'm gonna lose my streak, this sucks, I hate my life. Instead, you just get to practice and see how things go without the anxiety of losing. It's way more laid back and it's just really, really nice. I really love what they did with it. I don't know if anyone else agrees, but I think it's really cool the way they changed the Endless Zone in Vanilla. And now for Reflourished's version. So in Reflourished, they treat Endless Zone way more challengingly. Because in this one, you're locked into the level. You can't escape. You either beat it or you don't. And that's that. If you lose, then it's game over. You have to reset over again. And oh boy, this was really sad. I was trying to record footage for this level, just for the sake of this video. And since I was rusty with Endless Zone, it actually, being extremely challenged. Look, I skipped so much and it was so quick you didn't even see me lose. But yeah, an absolute disaster has struck. What a shame. What an absolute shame. I didn't have to lose my streak here, but I did. And that's that. You know what I could have done though, if I was smart? There's a thing you can do, right, where while you're in the seed selection, if you choose like the Almanac or the Zen Garden, if you go into that and then out, it actually swaps the zombies for something else. Unlike the vanilla version where they made it so that the zombies are something that stays and that they don't change. So in vanilla, the zombies are locked whenever you go into a level, but you can always reset. But in Reflourished, the zombies are not locked for the levels, but you can't escape the level, so you really have to decide how to challenge yourself, you know? That's the name of the game. So, right here in the Dead Man's Booty, for example, in Reflourished, you can, just go into the almanac and it resets the zombies you have to deal with. So it's really up to you how you want to challenge yourself for the levels, which is good. But once you go in, you are locked in and you cannot escape. But something that's really cool about Reflourished, though, is that for Endless Zone, it actually brings in the zombies on the hard levels from the gem challenges, which is really, really awesome, in my opinion. Adds so much extra challenge. I love challenging myself. Even if it's hard, challenges are always fun. Well, not always, but most of the time, if you want to challenge yourself, it gives you a great opportunity to do that here. And, oh boy, for this one, it was an absolute massacre. Okay, I completely fumbled the ball here. Let's speed this up a little. Well, I was only doing this for the sake of setting an example to see what would happen if you messed up, obviously, so you can thank me for that. None of this was on purpose. This was all completely deliberate. I lied earlier. This was all deliberate. I did this on purpose to set an example for what would happen if you did it the wrong way. Oh, boy, look at that. I'm just so gracious for doing this. But actually, no, I was losing horribly. I did not know what I was doing here. I don't know how I lost so horribly. Well, I didn't actually lose. I saved myself by wasting coins. But it just goes to show, you got to be prepared for the challenge. That brings me to my next point, though. It would be really, really cool if in Reflourished they added a true endless zone, like in the first game, where it's like survival endless, and instead of like the whole board resetting each level, your plants stay, your plant food would stay as it would normally, but your plants would stay and your sun count would stay, and that would be a real challenge and a really cool throwback to the first game. I love the survival endless mode in the first game, man. That is just, such a shame that they removed it, because it would be so cool, especially with all the new zombies. It wouldn't even have to necessarily be limited to specific worlds. It could be like a whole thing, They could bring back the pool level, with 6 lanes. I don't know if that's possible for, I don't know if Plants vs. Zombies 2's engine could handle that, but if it could, that would just be so cool. You could just have the perfect setup with any plant you want. It would be amazing, especially in Reflourished, where all the plants are nice and balanced out. It would be just such an amazing challenge. The things people would do, man. The content on YouTube, it just has so much potential for just being so awesome. I really hope Reflourished is the mod to do that. If there's any mod that should do it, it's Reflourished. Yeah, Reflourished devs, take some notes from the first game. Do survival endless mode, man. You don't even have to do 6 lanes like in the first game with the pool level. Just do it in some way or another. Oh, that would be so cool. That would be so freaking cool, man. I would be in heaven. I would not play anything else. I wouldn't play any other video games like Pikmin or Kirby. Those are 2 other franchises I really like. I would never play them again if Plants vs. Zombies 2 got an survival endless mode in one way or another, like in the first game. Oh, that would be in heaven. But yeah, that's what I wanted to go over for this video. Just the difference is, I don't frickin' care about cellular data. Go the frick away. But yeah, that's what I wanted to go over, the differences between vanillas and Reflourished endless zones. Just as a little recap, in the vanilla version, you can exit the level without saving, so you could basically do whatever you want without consequences and experiment and, see what strategy works best. But the zombies stay, so the zombies are set for a level, you can't change that, but you can always exit out of the level and go back and try again without losing your streak. And whereas in Reflourished, you are locked into the level, but you can change the zombies by going into the Almanac or Zen Garden, but you are locked into the level, you can't leave. If you lose the streak forever and you have to redo it all over again. But as well in Reflourished, they have all the cool zombies from the hard gem challenges, and it's just so much more challenging. You really have to make sure you have the best possible strategy in Reflourished, whereas in Vanilla you can be a little bit more loosey-goosey. Yeah, that's it. That's that's just what I wanted to do for this video. I just think it's really cool to talk about this stuff, to compare and contrast Vanilla and Reflourished. I think Vanilla gets a lot of hate. I get that it has a lot of monetization, and that sucks, I don't like the monetization either. But as well, it definitely has its merits. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I'm sorry to ramble like that. Have a great day, or night, as always, and peace!